tonight. As you can see, GDMC came and dismantled all our stuff here. Everything they broke up for no reason. But thank God that the new agency will come here at the time and witness everything. This what happened here. I would display right here. It's not the doing of only GDMC. It is a doing by Alfonsos, one of the most corrupt and greedy people in Guyana, fighting a small man for his land that will be won in court in accordance with the regulation, is no part of this permit, and it's now that I'm going to put all this information out there now. Because when you're going out there and presenting the evidence to the people in authority from the top, right down knows about their situation, because I've been reaching out from them. From since February, you understand, I've been sending message to the VP, and I've been sending message to Vikram. But this is what they come and do here for favor Alfonso. Alfonso's vehicle came here and the truck came here, carry away our stuff. Carry away our stuff. Not GDMC, Alfonso and GDMC come and carry away stuff. First thing I was glad, I want you to know you're here. You see this nation, this nation is getting really loud. When these people in authority and these people with money want something, they put any means and any cost to achieve it. You understand? But you're saying that it's a joint I coming against, and I'm David, and I'm standing up for what's right. In accordance with the regulations, the regulation has specified that the magistrate ruling is binding on the minister. Binding on the minister. If GGMC had all these technicalities and all these head between themselves, they know they had 28 days to appeal this matter. They did not, because you know what? They bent on a system that they could do ever they want. You understand? GGMC has refused to answer our lawyers in pertaining to this matter. They have reviewed it. Well, now we in the process of doing a contempt report on the commissioner for reviewing it. GMC can't pay me for all these things. I done me car here, four. I tell you all the story. Four they working with land. And I now start to work. And he come and send his security and come and drop in we face him. You don't work in the land already. Oh, you're so disrespectful, you're greedy as a big man. The Alfonso them is greedy and wicked set of people for doing this to a small man who tried to climb a ladder. And a statutory agency of GGMC colluding with Alfonso. GGMC, me back with Alfonso, I back with GGMC, a statutory body who's governed by the regulation. And then let's show you all this one. We had a meeting. Quincy Tam, who's the mines manager, take over the position of Ramdas. I don't know how he more qualified than Ramdas. You understand? The legal advisor, Duff. You understand? A chairman of the board. These people, when I try to produce and present my evidence, you know what they told me? That this case is on appeal. We and our lawyers went and checked to see this matter being appealed. There is no such appeal because they cannot appeal. They have 28 days for appeal and it's over a year now. Whatever mechanism has been done behind closed doors to favor Alfonso this land, Alfonso needs to know this thing. This land here is not a part of his land. His permit in 1995, and I'm going to put out all these things because it's disrespectful to come and do this thing. This thing is not to reach to this thing to make the government looking for bias and GGMC looking for corrupt. You understand? GGMC tell me that's how they get judicial review. When you read the ruling of the judicial review, you'll be ashamed of what the Justice Graham said about GGMC. GGMC had a time to appeal the matter because the magistrate chose the minister order. The minister went till back in 2012 on the 3rd of May. He got till back to 2012 for close the area for favor Alfonso. Here why I said favoring Alfonso. When he closed the area, Alfonso walking in the area, and I give them all the evidence. He diverted the Puruni River. You carry me to court, Ronaldo, Alfonso. Don't throw things in me yard. You carry me to court and I could prove everything that I put on Facebook. What I said to GDMA, but expose you. You understand? You're wicked. You're the wicked man. You don't got God in you. This land is no part of you. And the commissioner and people in GDMC that knows it. And they're going to say that how we miss payment on this land. We never miss payment on this land. We won this land in accordance to regulation. Because watch, GDMC has continued doing one thing. When there's a dispute between two parties, GGMC gets stipulation in mining regulation, gets stipulation how to resolve this matter. It went through that process, we won. If Alfonso them had been any evidence to prove that this was a part of the land, they would have come and do, but you know what they're doing? They're using certain mechanism to favor them because they get influence. The same rangers them will come here, you know what they tell me? Marvis, you fighting a giant and you fighting a losing class. Because their boss man could jump on the phone, tell me that's what they're telling me. Their boss man could jump on the phone and call the president. What I want to know is the president of Guyana will allow this here when a man win a thing in accordance to the regulation and the commissioner refuses to enforce regulation 95. And 97 it clearly states that if you get a problem, go and appeal it to the High Court. And it's not Alfonso them going and appeal this matter.
Denison.
It's Denison.
No, well,
The
Denison.
commissioner. He is the man who going to front to appeal a man. How you going to appeal in a matter on behalf of Alfonso?
So what happened tonight? What happened tonight?
Well, tonight.
That made you get arrested and everything from there.
Tonight, me security is sleep right next to me. He's outside my midday. He sleep next to me. He go to the toilet. The police them come in. They find the sword. They find the weapon. They might only come back 3 days. He put it in the car because he said he implied. He said what? They don't go take two the weapons. Them put the weapon in the car now. You understand? Let me know the weapon there. You understand? He gone to the side. When they come the sword, they find the weapon. The man said this is the baby with the weapon. Then we want to handcuff me. Say I going down. You understand? I said no problem. The man said what? This is the paper for the weapon. Where you are carrying me down? Be there here to protect this man. Alfonso them nearly killed this man with security. Sam Thomas. Sam Thomas. Does he name? Sam Thomas. Tried to kill me, me wife, me brother-in-law. For something was never their own. See the Guyanese stuff. Go on everything, the Guyanese stuff. When I read it now, the phone starts ringing.
Where did you go? Where did it take you?
They take me ETK compound. And this company needs to be investigated too. This company is peddling one set of lies about people. You understand? Watch, let's tell you this say. We make a pass, I want you to put it say, I do a pass for you too. It's how much? Torture 3 days now. For the media coming before all this debacle happened with the shooting, or the shooting at me and all that thing. And you know that the company refused to grant the pass? Here why they refuse to grant this pass. Kind of an attack in ETK, the person who's controlling this pass, is a guy named Mr. Faster. From GGMC, a deputy commissioner. And all of them have been sent in this information. If there was fair and transparent, here we could have looked at this file, see that we win this thing in court, and let it play its process. They come and knock down on me to prove to who. Then they're doing the same for GGMC. No? They're proving this thing because of victimization, because of their link with Alfonso, and the company, you understand, to do this to me, to prove nothing. But in the eyes of law, and what the ruling in the court say, I have all right for the GDMC, you got to pay for everything in the kind done in. I ain't done in.
So what happened when you went to this compound?
The documents. The look at the documents for me. You see the documents legit, they look at the data before the put me in. Look at the document and say, give me back the weapon, the security weapon, release me, and the most basic thing that must be set is signed. That's what the police say.
But that's why you're running.
Don't do the police.
When I get to the wash,
Hey, we sorry, but we take the instruction. I say I understand.
yeah, that's the website. That's how I that are memes, no?
The land.
Closing the fire.
No, but people.
Serious allegation.
No, but I'm going to show you this. This is showing me here. You see, greed. People, everybody knows. Everybody from small ones, they want know that these people they get caused by greed. They never satisfy. They never satisfy. And these people they score so much that there's one thing that is not their own. And it's this is the make just put the money to bend the system. Alfonso will ask for obedience. Like ask y'all, listen. You feel they get the belly to come and go after Alfonso with all the things you do that one thing. Torn this is, torn down. Watch right down here.
I send it enough time to them and none of them do
None of them ain't get the belly but stand up to Alfonso and say, Alfonso, what you're doing is wrong, back off. Nobody in this country could do that.
Puruni River is 96.
But what they're doing and they're setting a bad standard is that a big man could crush a small man that would they any right. That's what they need right. You went in the meeting, right? Yeah. What did chairman of the board tell you?
That the minister got power over me.
Y'all hear that?
The minister got power over me. That's what he said. He tell her, I asked you 2 times. I say, you as the chairman of the board, Mr. Vikram Bharat ain't got power over you. There's something wrong with GGMC.
He said everything that will go for go through Vikram, and he said I know where it is now in the case, but we gotta make the final decision.
Exactly. He said
if it takes next 5 years for we don't give you a lick, it's done.
They tell me.
You understand?
Take 4 alternatives and go and look somewhere else.
Why take alternative? I build
Mr. Noel
myself
Benson
here.
and said,
Sammy, you
Mr.
know the
Caesar,
story. We
you know
won
no
this
plan.
place in all the care. 2004, they had nothing here. We won this
Nothing.
place.
This whole place was bush.
Since 2007, you know, Uncle applied to this place. 2009, he go and apply. They hide it. They show it. 2012, he finally get
a lot of things going on in the government need to
What?
go to Rwanda.
What you have want to do me, Uncle? When the land behind here, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
When
Walk out the whole place.
Ronaldo get the place. And he still owe me uncle up to now. But we don't want the money because when you collect the money, I go give you Ranger. The Ranger goes dead. Go crash and dead. We go buy a bike first. 444, we Ranger in church. We go crash and dead. And one thing I want you to know. Here with the man job, he's going to say it. We get 60, 0, 1, 2, 3, the technical we got these blocks since 2004. We get these blocks out. And Tommy should know. When you went in here, Flo didn't even have a
Oh, they didn't know nothing. No, he come
not
and ask
me,
me because
Maxi, he go. People got to know the story in Maxi the Cruz. We do Maxi the Cruz. You understand? Drum the man and make the man sign a paper.
Mr. Halliman,
Yeah.
so we observed today you were sitting in handcuffs for hours. Can you, we weren't able to hear what was the discussion about with you and the police officers. Can you give us some insight?
About the weapon is an unlicensed weapon. And because the security will go to the toilet and let the weapon be. You understand? I'm responsible for it. And it's my weapon and I don't have no documents. They say what the security guard. You have to come back with all the papers all right. So they said that I got to go down. You understand? It's my weapon. I said, now my weapon, look the guy there right here. You understand? I said, look the man in precept and everything. What you are holding me for? And it's then the people on the next side gonna tell me I fight for my dreams out. A Bill Gates of Guyana and a Elon Musk of Guyana.
About how much what's the value of what you lost?
Did they say?
Yeah.
I now start setting up we sell Some black, this me set up here right now, you white. Of this stuff, Vikram Bharat instructed me, you understand, in the presence of Jimmy and Foster. Vikram Bharat is the man who told me, Mr. Marvis, I'm sorry what GGMC have come and pick up again and do to you, but it would never happen to you. You go and work. Nobody won't bother you, and I'm gonna prepare your permit when the election finish. Election finish.
What are your next steps?
The next step? The next step right now is a lawsuit. Expose GGMC that I'm gonna do. We don't get judicial review in Saudi Arabia, but we're gonna add certain files to it, and I'm gonna present all the evidence to everybody from the top who I have been sending evidence all along from 2023, showcasing this matter how Alphonse is being bullying us because of his influence. I get all the receipts. All the records, all the messages, them from the people in the authority. And you know what they do here? They're gonna left me in the car now. They're gonna left me in the car now. You understand? When you make a report about Alphonse, every time you make a report about Alphonse, they come to me.
I even go down the
I mean, bridging the regulation, you know, once they get Iwaka in place, it's how the buffers going. We walk in and I always support the manual regulation, so what, we 66 feet, we coming from there and walk. I get me car now.
But,
me even got to walk a month yet.
But this is a prick that he fighting down for work. It's not his own either.
It's not even
Alphonse is the only body moving people board and put it wherever he
you go
feels.
and move Ivor Gadet boards them. And
The
put
moving
RCA boards in.
Put it so.
You know what they're going to do? So one day they're going to knock down
River.
all the boards, even knock down the sun board. Andrew and Alfonso. Knock down Andrew and Alfonso board them. He own son and put up the board because the put board in feel that it would coincide. But we get
right.
all the evidence. Where the board come from. We get video and photo coordinates, everything.
Watch.
Where the board is
Well,
come from.
Alphonse
And we
doesn't
put it down.
understand. And the Rangers don't understand. I was here years before them and I marked all these places. So I know where everyone anything them supposed to drop. It's not something that I know. This bush batching is like the power of my hand. They ain't got no way in this country that this could go down well. I work hard with GGMC too, and they know it. So they can't fool me with it. They know it well. Right? But they got a body. A GGMC officer going to do just foul work. When the government ready, they call me, I get named them. Especially
It's not he,
That
the
is the
boom
wicked
blast.
man.
Remember the boom blast, them call his name and say he's the
yeah.
one. Claim
Me,
them in it.
and it's so stupid. No,
And
my cousin claim.
I'm going to put it in it.
I put it in here.
98 miles behind the Puruni River. They're going to bring the
But,
claim and put it in.
put
And
it
when
in.
they're fighting, we can tell me, Marvis, this
I
claim
know
at this
it's claim
location,
there.
and we going to find it. And they
I
saw I do
know.
the update. What? They said the place closed, and the man got license. And license for a place.
Mr. Halliman, you.
They tell me that they get instructions and I supposed to move from here to the 3rd October. I said on what ground? I said my lawyers reach out to you, reach out to the people in the authority, reach out to the head, and y'all refused since the 6th of October. We went and they sent a letter to GGMC. GGMC has not replied to them. They say what GGMC is like a force to silence me, a force to push back myself to favor Alfonso. GGMC, the people in authority, they don't answer. Denison didn't answer. Up to now, Denison answered the lawyer request because he gave them, it was the 6th, and he gave them up to Friday, Monday to Friday to respond before we do a contempt in court.
Then
And
when
up
I
to
did
now,
the
he
bidding for the
didn't
votes,
respond.
the boards was torn off all phones. You don't want nobody tape, nobody listen, and nothing. If you know you can tape, don't come in here. Put me out.
You ever put me out.
Right?
So we heard a lot of discussions. We heard a lot of, well, as the press, there were a lot of efforts to silence us today, and there were a lot of efforts to ensure that any sort of recordings and stuff that we take today were not publicized. Actually, the sergeant actually came to us and said that somebody told him that they saw him on Facebook, so we need to turn off the Wi-Fi. What are your comments in relation to that attempt to silence the press?
Well, I was objecting it from day one. Since the start until we moved the vehicle, moved the gun to along the Wi-Fi, since the vehicle along the Wi-Fi. And I said, this is the media house. And the media got a right to come in and intervene into anything.
Especially if you're doing it
illegal.
lawfully.
If you're doing anything
Lawfully, you shouldn't fear
and
recording
sergeant telling me I must move. I say, you cannot move me. Dylan Davis come and tell me I gotta move for me. They conduct me. I said, hold it. First thing to start with, I got registered. Second thing, I might be looking like a coastlander to you, but I'm an indigenous person. Right? Land submission. You cannot move me from here. There's me rights. I is a ranger here. You can't move me from here. And you keep insisting and telling the sergeant to move me away and they must turn out the vehicle. Don't let nothing go.
But Tommy, now continue. You see the force of you against the media?
Yeah.
You see
Stop
how
the
the
media.
police say, get back from here. Don't come in.
Chasing me.
The point is, if you're doing something legally, you could defend, hey, why doing this? It's legally. Let the media, why you wish I could show on media because they didn't expect that the media would come and see you. Look how it coincides.
I am trying to get the sergeant to because he was very disrespectful as a police officer. I want to get down to the bottom to get his name, that I could publish it worldwide and let the boss know.
This is shock me out.
Let the president, vice president know about this.
For favor of one person who has no
Can't
rights.
know about this.
Who has no rights. He go on file, they go on file an order against Guyanese on the 10th of October, saying that this 300 feet of both sides of the Puruni, listen to say, I want you to know this because I'm going to put up the description. Alfonso filed an order against Guyanese, claiming that the 300 feet of land was a part of his permit. He presented as the head of the permit, but he didn't show the description because the description clearly showed 300 feet from the riverbank. And also implicating a former manager, land manager, Danny Singh, as the person who go give it information and reduce its acreage. But these people don't understand. If you map sheep and you stop sheep, in corresponding is whereby there has been a mistake happened and GMC reduces acreage. But bear in mind, the reduction in his acreage of his property has nothing to do with the 300 feet of land, because the 300 feet of land was not a part of his permit. I'm glad you bring this to me. Regulation 95. 9 months to make us study this thing. Regulation, you see regulation 81. This thing is a simple thing to do. I school GDMC. When there's a dispute between two parties, you got to go through regulation 81 to deal the dispute. And it's a simple matter. The magistrate Alan Wilson deal with it. We presented our evidence. Alfonso them who claiming that the land is their own. They never produced any evidence because their basis of evidence is that they were claiming in 2009 get 300 feet rights in land. And according to the regulations in 2009, a river claim can get 300 feet in land. Alright. We won the case outright. The magistrate Alan Wilson realized that the reservation order that the minister placed was prejudiced because he in 2023, the 3rd of May, he go till back 2012 on the 7th, we apply the 7th of December, he go till back to the 6th and close the area. And after the magistrate seen the hearing, after the magistrate he have the power strike out the order, right? The GGMC now supposed to enforce the decision of the magistrate. That's regulation 95. And the other party, who's Alfonso, supposed to use regulation 97 now for filing appeal in the High Court. But remember, 95 also stated that notwithstanding any appeal until the High Court put it aside. So in spite that they might get an appeal, the decision has to be taken. GDMC has done none. They enforce regulation 95 in this matter being any dispute. 97, they didn't appeal it. They go till 68 days, 65 days, they go file an appeal, and when they realize the appeal they dismissed, they go file an judicial review on the magistrate. That get dismissed. So the original decision of the magistrate out of this, it stands. GDMC do not want to enforce the decision just because to favor Alfonso. While we sit down and wait for work to the place, you have to say yourself, when we sit down and wait on a decision, a legal binding decision for work in the place, this operation work in this place. Today is a storm reminder how people with money can collude a government agency, corrupt it, twist it and turn it, because nobody is bold enough to deal with fraud Alfonso. They say, now I said, I talking, what they arrange with them and talking today. You understand? I go with what they say.
So why do you think the authorities favor the Alfonsos?
They favor the Alfonso because, one, they said that I got what good ranges and talking to me. They said that how fraud is paying most revenue to GMC. You understand? And because his property is their next door, this property, he should get a right here. And we should have removed our application to this thing. You understand? But GDMC is the one place to apply. You need to apply it once it's a vacant piece of land. You need to apply to it. He did not apply for this land. So after he noticed that he applied to this land, he reached out to us in the presence of a commissioner and tell me that we must remove our application, and we said no. So this is how this fight is being going on all the time. But what GDMC should do, GDMC should never get involved in this matter, enforce the decision, and throw on the other party should appeal the matter in court and realize to themselves how the regulation is. The magistrate even said that throw them to Alfonso have no legal footings to get this land. None whatsoever. Because you can't get something was not a part of your authority. And you are depressed. They can't change none, they can't hide it. Because I go in the parliament building and I get all the gazettes granted. The gazettes with the intent to grant in 1995 and the permit in 2000. Why you doing all of this? You breaching a regulation. You understand? Showing a total prejudice and biases to favor Alfonso. I want to say what coming to our mind. But you got to target is street. A big money passing the land.
So for the persons who were unable to view the footage and to view what happened because the police officers insisted that the press be silenced, could you say for how long you were in handcuffs for?
I was in like the 3 to, no,
8 or 1?
yeah, like 3 to like 10:30. Yeah, 10:30. Because after the finding weapon, security weapon, and like the security go to the side to let the weapon, they find a new weapon, they say, man, it's not my weapon. The security was there by my side all the time. You understand? He's getting weapon here, because when the thing is closed. You understand? So when that happened, they hold me. I said, well, you're holding me for the man, they take a few weapon, bring their weapon, you understand? Four of them sending trucks to me that they want to put me to the stage because I put up a resistance to the stage. You know, oh yeah, forgot to tell you all this. You know the incident that happened down here. Up to now, the police have done nothing to pertaining to Sam Thomas and the next security who fired set a shot at us has done nothing. We produce the video evidence, we produce everything, and bear in mind, they try to ridicule the security just because he pulled on his mask and gave a warning to Alfonso them. The car was going to the whole social media backing for them. Find it hard. Find it, hey, which man got a mask? What many police will come in with the mask? You see them?
Right, so,
Alright.
so I was about to ask, did any of the police officers identify themselves? Do you know the name of the sergeant? So none of the police officers who came and raided today have identified themselves. Have any of the rangers identified themselves either? Did you give some stuff?
No, the rangers them, pro rangers them, they facilitate bringing their machines, they burn them and we take them here. Pro bringing machine, bring the truck, you understand, and the transport, everything will keep it in function.
So up to this time you don't know the names of the police officers who were
No,
here?
I don't know.
raiding your building?
I know two Julians, yeah, because of them there. Yeah, Gibson and then Andreas, yeah, and they instructed me, come on, go come to me. I said, yeah, I do, yeah, once I went over to the instruction, to break down this thing, and they said, this instruction, the police had this instruction, I said, what, I am now going to try with drum. I was now going to try with drum. Show you, guys show you everything. Now this is where now you got to do something about this. I give you a chance.
So you've been in constant contact with the minister as it relates to this matter?
All the time. 100%. All the time I've been in contact with him. All the time. He's always since he told me Marvis, I mean me hard go to the inside for me otherwise don't trust me. My hard go to because he apologized to me, say Marvis was done, the information didn't be the ministry, and he's sorry about it. And it won't happen again. But what happening? What happening? But he went there and he told the man in the board said that they above the minister.